morning, I'm Remo, and this is the Daily Signal for Thursday, July 3rd, 2025. Breaking overnight and developing right now, here are today's top stories that will impact your day. Trump announces 60-day Gaza ceasefire proposal as Hamas demands stronger guarantees. UK Chancellor Rachel Reeves breaks down in Parliament, but PM confirms she's staying. Ukraine reportedly targets high-ranking Russian naval official in late strike. Controversial tourism plans emerge for Jonestown massacre site in Guyana. Dalai Lama makes rare statement about succession plans for Tibet's future. American teen influencer faces detention in Antarctica during extreme aviation stunt ferry disaster near Bali. Triggers massive rescue operation in Indonesian waters. Thailand's powerful Shinawatra political dynasty faces potential collapse. Denmark leads push to strip Hungary of EU voting rights over democracy concerns. Pope Francis returns to summer residence with unexpected tennis tournament plans. Now let's dive into each story with the details you need to know. Breaking overnight, President Trump has put a concrete 60-day ceasefire proposal on the table for Gaza. Here's what happened. Hamas would release 10 living Israeli hostages and return 18 deceased ones. In exchange, Israel would halt military operations for 2 months. But here's the critical detail everyone's missing. Hamas is demanding ironclad guarantees from international mediators before signing anything. They want more than just Trump's word. The Times of Israel reports Hamas leaders are happy with U.S. guarantees but are still negotiating the fine print. Remember, the last ceasefire collapsed on March 18th when Israel launched airstrikes on Gaza. Since then, casualties have mounted on both sides, with no clear path to peace. Why this matters to you? Oil prices are already volatile due to Middle East tensions. If this deal fails, expect gas prices to spike further. If it succeeds, global markets could see relief within days. Meanwhile, in Westminster, a stunning scene unfolded in Parliament. Chancellor Rachel Reeves was seen crying during Prime Minister's questions. But here's the twist. Instead of stepping down, Prime Minister Keir Starmer doubled down, publicly declaring she'll remain Chancellor into the next election and for many years after. The tears came during heated exchanges about the UK's economic policy. Government bond yields are reflecting market uncertainty about Britain's financial direction. This connects to our global economic theme. The UK's economic stability affects international markets. British pound movements impact everything from your vacation costs to import prices. Ukrainian forces have reportedly killed a deputy chief of Putin's navy in their latest targeted operation. While details remain classified, this represents a significant escalation in Ukraine's strategy of targeting high-ranking Russian military officials. This isn't just another military strike, it's psychological warfare. Ukraine has been systematically targeting Russia's naval command structure, undermining morale and operational effectiveness. The bigger picture, NATO allies are watching these precision strikes closely. Success here could influence future military aid packages and strategic planning for 2025. In Guyana, plans are moving forward to open the Jonestown massacre site to tourists. This is where over 900 people died in 1978 in one of history's most tragic cult incidents. Survivors and families are outraged. They're asking, why turn a site of mass death into a tourist attraction? The Guyanese government argues it's about historical education and economic development. This debate reflects a broader global question. How do we balance remembering tragedy with responsible tourism? Similar controversies exist around Holocaust sites, 9/11 memorials, and other locations of mass casualties. The Dalai Lama has made a rare public statement confirming that the institution will continue with a successor. At 90 years old, he's addressing growing concerns about the future of Tibetan Buddhism leadership. Here's what makes this significant. China has been positioning itself to control the selection of the next Dalai Lama. Beijing claims authority over Tibetan religious appointments, while the Dalai Lama insists the choice belongs to the Tibetan people. This isn't just about religion, it's about geopolitical control. The next Dalai Lama's legitimacy could determine Tibet's spiritual and political future for generations. A U.S. teen influencer attempting to fly solo to all 7 continents has been detained in Antarctica. The teenager was reportedly trying to set aviation records while documenting the journey for social media. Antarctic authorities cite safety violations and treaty restrictions. The continent has strict rules about unauthorized activities, and this stunt violated multiple international protocols. This story highlights the dangerous intersection of social media fame and extreme risk-taking. Young influencers increasingly pursue life-threatening stunts for viral content. Rescue operations are underway after a ferry sinking near Bali, Indonesia. Emergency responders are searching for survivors in dangerous waters. Indonesia's ferry system has a troubled safety record. Overcrowding, inadequate safety equipment, and poor maintenance plague the industry. These vessels are lifelines for island communities, but too often become death traps. The economic impact extends beyond casualties. Indonesia's tourism industry depends on reliable transportation. Ferry accidents damage confidence in the country's infrastructure. Thailand's influential Shinawatra dynasty is facing potential collapse. The family has dominated Thai politics for decades, but new challenges threaten their power base. The Shinawatras have survived military coups, exile, and legal battles. If they lose influence now, it would reshape Southeast Asian politics. Thailand's role as a regional power depends partly on political stability. This matters globally because Thailand is a key manufacturing hub and tourist destination. Political instability could disrupt supply chains and economic growth. Denmark is leading an effort to suspend Hungary's EU voting rights over democracy concerns. This would be unprecedented. No EU member has ever lost voting privileges. The conflict centers on Hungary's media laws, judicial independence, and LGBTQ+ rights. Critics say Hungary is sliding toward authoritarianism while remaining in the EU. This could fracture the European Union. If successful, it sets a precedent for disciplining member states. If it fails, it might encourage other countries to challenge EU values. Pope Francis has returned to Castel Gandolfo for summer residence, with plans for tennis tournaments. The 88-year-old pontiff has made sports and youth engagement central themes of his papacy. This isn't just about recreation. The Vatican sees sports as a way to connect with younger Catholics and promote physical wellness. The Pope's participation sends a message about active aging and community engagement. Three major themes emerge from today's stories. First, leadership under pressure. From Trump's Gaza proposal to the UK's economic challenges to the Dalai Lama's succession planning, leaders worldwide are making critical decisions under intense scrutiny. Second, democracy at risk. Hungary's EU crisis, Thailand's political upheaval, and debates over institutional power reflect global concerns about democratic backsliding. Third, technology and risk. The Antarctica influencer incident highlights how social media drives increasingly dangerous behavior, especially among young people seeking viral fame. Today's news shows us that in 2025, local decisions have global consequences faster than ever. Whether it's a ceasefire in Gaza affecting your gas prices or a ferry accident in Indonesia impacting supply chains, we're all connected in ways previous generations couldn't imagine. That's your daily signal for July 3rd, 2025. I'm Remo. Subscribe, share with someone who needs to stay informed, and we'll see you tomorrow morning with the stories that matter most.